Bonjour and welcome to another video. As you can hear that sound, it's raining outside. Just light rain and thunderstorms. So I'm outside on a back porch of my home. The porch is screened up. I'm safe. So I think there's not going to be any mishaps or problems while I'm doing this video. And as you see before you, I have someone with me. A stuffed animal, a stuffed bear, a white stuffed bear, sitting at a seat at a lawn table with an umbrella that's sticking through the hole of the table. So I'm going to pretend like he's my co-host of this video. He's not going to say anything. Or better yet, you guys can pretend that this white bear is me. Let's go along with that, okay? Alright, okay. What I want to talk about in this video. Well, you saw the title of this video. In the past, I went back and forth with some trolls and haters who come to the videos on this channel and leave hateful, disrespectful comments. So, I had a spat with a conservative military veteran, a person who served in the U.S. military, a person who served this country, just like a lot of people who served the country. A lot of people who served the country here in the U.S. Excuse me. I went back and forth with a conservative military veteran who served in the military. He is a long list of people who served in the military, armed forces, army, the Navy, anything that's associated with defending this country. And I called him an idiot over his stance on universal health care. He brought up stuff like people die waiting for care in countries like Canada. And someone I know who had a cold couldn't see a doctor. And I don't remember what I said in that video. It's been a long time ago. Excuse me, folks. My nose is stopped up. I got sinus pressure. So, let me continue. Anyway, okay, after his ridiculous comments and propaganda and untruthness on universal health care, I did something that I shouldn't have done. I called him an idiot. And he goes around and accuses me of saying that I don't care about the people who served in the military here in the U.S. I don't care about military veterans. I have no respect for them. And he goes on and saying that I spilled my blood and almost died so you can have the freedom to say whatever you want. To say wherever you want in this country. And I'm here to tell you, I do care about the people who served in the military. And I do. They suffered. They fought for this country. They died for this country. And I have I have a lot of respect for these people, and I do. My father, who served in the military, he was in the Vietnam War, and he was traumatized and damaged and scarred for life from this war. And I respect what my dad did, you know. And you have some people who dodged a draft to avoid being in this war, the Vietnam War, and they all fled to Canada. And I respect those people too, because you know that Vietnam War was just basically, it was just a dumb war, just like any other war that the U.S. been in. You had the Vietnam War, the Gulf War, the Iraq-Afghanistan War, and yeah, it was yeah, and I'm here to tell you, I do have respect for people in the military who served in the military of the United States. And I said this to this person, well, I went back and forth with this conservative military veteran in the comments on one of my videos. I think the name of the video that I had a back and forth conversation or argument with this guy on was 66 Reasons Why Texas Sucks. That video. And he said a lot of crazy stuff. You know, he's one of these conservative people here in America who likes to bash people, basically Democrats, liberal people, who don't have the same views as people like he does. And everything he said about me, not having any respect for the Vietnam veterans, not Vietnam veterans, but people who served in the military. He said that I have no respect for people who served in the military. And I think that's all I can remember. I want to bring this up. Donald Trump, the current president of the United States of America, called people who served in the military, who fought in wars, almost died in a war and came back in flag-draped coffins dead. He calls these people suckers and losers. I never called people who served in the military of the United States of America suckers and losers. And I have respect for people who served in the military in other countries. Countries like Canada, the United Kingdom, Australia, and New Zealand. But I'm going to say Canada and the United Kingdom. So this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just saying a lot of insults just to put me down because I called him an idiot on his ridiculous comments about universal health care. And there's a lot of people who served in the military here in America. I never met them. But you know, I'm the son of one. And I used to subscribe to someone who served in the military. And that guy is named Doc Garcia, owner of the YouTube channel Doc G07, formerly known as Damn This Place 07. You know, and Doc G said it best. I served in the military. You don't have to kiss my ass. You know, I did what I did for my country. I want you to treat me just like anybody else. And if I served in the military, I'll say the exact same thing. And you know what? I got a problem with these conservatives here in the US. You know, they just bash people who have a different point of view than them. You know, and arguing with these people is just a waste of time. You know, and I stay clear away from politics. And I do. You know, and there's no point in me running my mouth about politics on this videos like this on this YouTube channel. There's no point. You know, if you ask me, that conservative military veteran, I said Vietnam veteran. Anyway, that conservative military veteran who I had a back and forth argument on one of the videos on this YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, he's going to say that I have no respect for people who served in the military. And believe it or not, this guy was disabled. He was deaf. And I saw these weird symbols that he put up on one of his comments to me. And he doesn't go after and bash people like Donald Trump, who called people like him suckers and losers. I never called anybody who served in the military here in the US suckers and losers. Now I'm like this, you know, I respect what people who fought in wars and almost died in wars, who served in the Air Force, the Navy, the military, the Army. I respect these people, but you know, they're just like regular people. You know, some of them are sociable people, some of them aren't. Some of them don't want to have anything to do with you, some of them do. You know, and just like any other person, I judge them for who they are on the inside, not what they look like on the outside. And I'm not going to disrespect anybody who fought for their country and died for their country. I'm not the type of person to do that. And that's who I am. I'm not much of a patriot. And I'm not super patriotic. I just want to clear the air on this. So, that's all I got to say in this video. And, this bear right here that did a good job accompanying me while I'm doing this video. Yeah, it's coming down outside. It is raining. Alright, more videos to come. Au revoir. Cheers. Goodbye.